I originally made a video talking about the 3DS and how it, should still be considered as a device way back when I first started the channel, and I feel like I've improved some since then and have learned more and had more of a recent experience using my 3DS again. So I figured I should dip my toes back in and sort of reevaluate and really take a second look again at the DS and really just see how the experience is really using it today, and what sort of things you got to do to really enjoy it. The 3DS originally came out in February of 2011, making this device 13 years old. And golly, I feel old saying that. Not to mention I haven't felt even older when I found out the Xbox 360 came out in 2005, which murdered my brain, and time is weird now. But that is to say, the 3DS has been around for a while, and the 3DS has gone through many changes over the years, going all the way back in the day, to the point where you had to use something called an R4 cartridge to even upload your own games and play your own games. All in one cartridge, or some might use them for illegal purposes, but that's what I never did that. Allegedly. Anyways, the 3DS has a myriad of features and has recently seen the shutdown of many of its online features. Most of its games lost online functionality, most of the servers for the store have been shut down, and has really just Nintendo's fully dropped the device. And seeing that the community has really just turned into, third gear or whatever, not a car guy, and really just amped up its efforts for homebrewing this device. It has really increased over the last, I would say, handful of months due to the closure of all those online features for the device. And it has been fantastic. I had recently been asked to mod a relative's DS, and the whole process took like 15 minutes, and all I had to do was scan a QR code, and it just insta-hacked the thing for me. It was so easy, and the most annoying thing to do was just dropping files on the micro SD card, and that was it. It was so much easier than it had been in the past when I originally modded my 3DS. You had to make a friend, and then you got to make sure you add that specific friend, or then you got to also put your friend code into the thing. It's gonna do a bunch of weird shit. It was a complicated, really annoying, potentially device breaking annoyance. Nowadays, it is so easy to homebrew your device, and the effort it takes and the time required is so low that I can easily recommend anybody and everybody should do this to their device, because it's just that easy, and it opens up a whole new world of stuff you can do with your DS, or 3DS in this case. One of the main things I was really excited about was the eShop. It was basically a second eShop made exclusively after that closure of the eShop, which just allowed you to download all of the 3DS games you ever wanted, much like the store on the PS Vita that allows you to download all the games for free from any region. It was just a really convenient thing to have. And one of the most important homebrews, hacking sort of things you should do if you're doing that store is to unlock the capacity on your micro SD card, because I think by default, the largest capacity micro SD card you can have is 64 gigabytes. And that was simply not enough for me. I needed to have every single 3DS game I could possibly ever might even consider playing downloaded on my device. And doing this, sort of homebrew hack thing, I was able to unlock the capacity and have a 256 gigabyte micro SD card. Bear in mind, fully filling all of those square tiles in the home screen does make it really long. It just the boot time just increases dramatically when you do that, and it gets a little weird if you do that. So bear that part in mind. But overall, the experience modding the device and the stuff you can do after is just expansive. Of course, you can upload all your emulators to it. You can do Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Super Nintendo, Genesis, all the traditional 8 and 16-bit consoles. You can get PlayStation running, but I honestly wouldn't recommend it. It's just not a great experience. Some games are pretty playable, but most aren't. N64 is hit or miss, really. It's unfortunate that an N64 doesn't really run well, because I think the 3DS would be like a pretty good place to play those kinds of games. But above all else, this device for me has been exclusively for my DS and 3DS games, because 3DS and DS have been one of those consoles that are just really awkward to play on a handheld emulation device like the Odin or anything from Anbernic or stuff like that, purely just because it has the two screens. And the one time I saw something that would be very compelling is, I don't know if you guys remember the Surface Duo, that folding phone from Microsoft, but instead of being like the Samsung Folds, it was two separate screens on a hinge with a, separate bezels and everything. And I saw a video from a different YouTuber turning that into a DS, and I was like, damn it, that bastard stole my idea. But I was never going to do it, because why would I spend $400 on a shitty Android phone? So I wouldn't, if I ever hit the big time, I'd probably do that, but I simply did not care enough to try. Tangent aside, the 3DS is a capable emulation device, just simply not the best option if you're looking for your, 3D console stuff. Great for all that 16 and 8-bit consoles though. It's truly an amazing experience, and it feels at home on a Nintendo device, because you're most likely seeking to emulate Nintendo games. And with the DS being around for so long, it really does give you so many options for type of device you want to go with. The device to fit really any budget. You can get the original 3DS for about $89, which isn't great, but it's an okay price. You can get the 3DS XL for around $100, $150, depending on who you're buying it from and the condition it's in. You can get a new 3DS XL for about $200, which is exactly how much they costed new, it is a little disappointing seeing that prices on those really increase. And you can get original 2DS for about the same as original 3DS. You can get a new Nintendo 2DS XL, at least one of the base colors, for about the same as a new 3DS XL. And that has been my main device of choice, even though I prefer the 3DS XL for its look and feel in the hand. I did end up going with, though, the new Nintendo 3DS XL just for the little bit extra performance you'll get with those devices, and just general newer, build. So it's not as likely for me at the time to get one that was like in super ratty condition. But the reason something like this is really amazing today is just the homebrew community. You can do so much. People have been porting so many games. You can get almost the entire Five Nights at Freddy's series on here for some reason. You can get stuff like the new, this new development has been happening with getting Mario Galaxy on the DS, the original DS, not the 3DS, but that should still be playable on the 3DS, which is really awesome to see happening. So many things are happening in this community. Now that I really talked about all of like the big important parts in all the aspects of the 3DS, why should you buy it in 2024? It really does offer the best experience for 3DS games. And it's just a different kind of experience when you emulate old Nintendo consoles on a Nintendo handheld. It just feels different. They just feel at home. The quality of the buttons, the design, the feel of the device in your hands just makes those games feel more at home compared to playing them on something from, Retroid or Anbernic or something like that. It's just, they feel at home on that device. And that goes a long way for your immersion in quality of life. But I guess what I'm trying to say is, if you are looking for one of those emulation devices, but you already have a 3DS, and all you're looking for is, the classics, Game Boy, NES, Super Nintendo, and if that's all you're looking for, you could achieve that with your 3DS. And you should pull it out of that drawer you have it in and go mod it and enjoy all the classic games. And it's fair if you're looking for something to be an all-encompassing device and get like an Odin so you can play more than just the classic games and, the native console games. Yeah, that's absolutely fair. Then the 3DS isn't going to be perfect for you. But I think for a lot of people, that's all you really need. You know, most people probably own this device, like over 60 something million consoles were sold. And so it should be fairly easy to get your hands on one of these. Or if you already have one, mod it and, bring it out, don't let it go to e-waste or something like that. Just really, find a second use for the device. It's just overall a really cheap and easy way to get into emulation and homebrew. And I still think it's pretty worth it in 2024. At the very least, I hope this video encouraged you to pull out your old 3DS and, take a second look at it and mod it. Really go back to really enjoying the times you had with the device, which is all I can really hope for. So what are your thoughts? Are you gonna go buy a 3DS or pull your 3DS out of the closet and just play on it again? I'm super interested to hear your thoughts and all your memories about the 3DS down below. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, all that other social media garbage down below. And last but not least, have a wonderful day.